Welcome to Going for the Green. I'm Brad Thomas here with Denny Carter, and let's talk about the FedEx St. Jude Championship. That's right, the FedEx Cup playoffs are here, and we are in Memphis, Tennessee. But before I get there, Denny, I want to talk about Max Gracerman and Aaron Rai, the debacle of a lifetime. Luckily, I had both, so I didn't have to sweat as much, but I absolutely felt horrible for Max. But congratulations for Aaron
Yeah.
Rai gutting it out in a crazy tournament.
Aaron Rai has been a longtime favorite of spreadsheet warriors everywhere. Every model
Yes.
we ever make, we say, "Oh, Aaron Rai is near the top of my model," and he's never really come through in this way. But he's played really good golf over the past 2 months, so it's awesome to see an analytics darling like Aaron Rai break through the way he did.
It's funny because you say that, and he was number 1 on my model this week,
Yeah.
and I think as many times I've been burned by Aaron Rai, I had to go back to him because he had that top position and was 33-1. So, like you said, all the analytics guys, we are happy
Yes.
to cash Aaron Rai last week. But Denny, let's talk about the FedEx St. Jude. I know you wanted to highlight some important factors that will lead to success this week. If you go and give us some tidbits about this course.
Yeah, I mean, driving accuracy is paramount here. I think folks have seen that at this course over the years, but I just wanted to sort of emphasize that. So there are 12 dog legs on this course, and it has the second narrowest fairways of any course they play on the PGA Tour. It averages 25 yards wide in the landing zones across the 18 holes here. TPC Southwind is among the 10 toughest courses in rough difficulty, which is a metric that measures how tough it is to get out of the rough and onto the green in regulation, and also rough penalty, which means that the number of times that guys have to lay up out of the rough. So just one more thing here about the rough. If wayward drives find the rough here at TPC Southwind, the greens in regulation rate drops from 76% for
Wow.
guys hitting it in the fairway to 40%. So 76% from the fairway, 40% from the rough. John Rahm has talked about how difficult this course plays if you can't get it in the fairway. So obviously we're going to put a lot of emphasis on guys who, can put it on the short grass from off the tee, even if they're not long, which really length off the tee is not a huge factor here.
Yeah, length's not a huge factor. You want to be in the fairway. When I think about TPC Southwind, and I think about pretty much any TPC course, I always tend to lean towards the ball strikers. And I'm going with one of the best ball strikers, at least in current form, in Tommy Fleetwood to win outright at plus 2,500. I know there's been questions about how will Tommy Fleetwood enter this week after such I don't even know if it's called disappointing silver medal and the Olympics at Le National, but it certainly could have been gut wrenching to have Scotty Scheffler come from behind and you make that late bogey to kind of give Scotty the gold medal, even though Scotty went out there and played absolutely fantastic and there's nothing you could do about it. But I'm going to go back to Mr. Tommy Fleetwood because when you're gaining 7 strokes ball striking in an event, and then 2 events before that, you gain another 6.5. And the event before that, you gain 7. That is called a pattern. He is absolutely dialed in right now. And if there's anybody who can hit fairways and hit greens and get rewarded, it's Tommy Fleetwood.
Fleetwood hits a lot of fairways. He started the year a little shaky off the tee, but he's really turned it around over the past couple months. And he is among the elites as far as driving accuracy goes. So I'm in on old Tommy.
There's a golfer who I'm actually out on. And by saying out doesn't mean I'm going to fade them, but they didn't make my card this week, and it's Collin Morikawa. Can you tell me why I shouldn't be worried about Collin Morikawa this week?
Yeah, so in DFS, he on DraftKings, Morikawa is the 5th priciest guy on the slate. I don't think that he's going to attract a ton of rostership, so he could be, a little bit of a contrarian play in large field tournaments. Talk about accuracy off the tee. Only 2 players in this field. I'm going to talk about one in a second. 2 players in this field are more accurate off the tee than Morikawa. He's 8th best in strokes gained on approach over the past 20 rounds. And I wanted to just read to you his recent finishes. So you have PGA Championship tied for 4th, Charles Schwab 4th, Memorial 2nd, U.S. Open 14th, Travelers 13th, Genesis Open tied for 4th, and then at the Open Championship 16th. He didn't play so well at the Olympics, so it goes. But yeah, I think that he's incredibly consistent, and like I said, I think that having the elite golfers in this field will sort of pull rostership away from Morikawa.
Yeah. Morikawa, lost strokes around the green, back-to-back events for like the first time since I think March. Lost strokes putting, back-to-back events for the first time since March. Maybe it's just kind of a coincidence. Playing at the Open, you can kind of take that data away because that course is Royal Troon is unlike any other. And then La Nacional just couldn't get anything to drop. So that's the only reason I went away from him. But he is the model of consistency. Another guy who I think is a model of consistency is Mr. Xander Schauffele. And I went with him top 10. You can call me chicken, call me a scaredy cat, whatever the words you want to say are, because I didn't take him to win and I didn't take him outright. I mean, I didn't take him in the top 5, but hear me out. Xander Schauffele is hard to be excited about to bet at 8-1, 7-1 to win a golf tournament, especially when you want to back a couple of guys. So I couldn't do that. But top 10, Xander Schauffele hits fairways. Xander Schauffele is a great ball striker. Even when he doesn't have his good ball striking stuff like at La Nacional, he still gained strokes ball striking. He was horrible on approach to his standards, and he still gained strokes on approach at La Nacional. I like Xander Schauffele to finish inside the top 10 because there are two of the best golfers in the world, him and Scotty Scheffler. And if Scotty Scheffler's not going to win it, it's probably Xander Schauffele, but both are going to finish inside the top 10.
It's hard to have anything bad to say about Xander Schauffele at this point. So I'm with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sepp Straka, I see he made it on your mid-tier. Can you tell me what you like about Sepp Straka?
He's the most accurate driver in this field. Hit 75% of the fairways over the past 3 months, so that's pretty good. I wish I hit 25% of my fairways, Brad. So he's super accurate. He can put it in play. He's been kind of middling with the irons, but we'll take it. He's been very bad with the putter. If you look at his recent performances, he lost 2.5 strokes on the greens at the Olympics. He lost strokes on the greens in 3 of his past 4 events. But here's the thing. Here's my hope, at least, Brad. Every metric, I'm not going to bore the folks with the metrics, but every metric points to these greens being among the easiest on the PGA Tour. So I'm hoping our boy Sepp can get by and be maybe have like a 0 putting week, just right smack in the middle of the field. And if he does that, I think that he can be a major value at 7,400 on DraftKings.
Yeah, the good thing about Sepp Straka and how he putts is generally when he has bad rounds, bad putting tournaments, he bounces back. So after losing a whopping 8.5 strokes at La Nacional on the putting surface, I expect him to bounce back. The last guy on my list is someone who bounced back in a big way, and that's Mr. Wyndham Clark. I'm betting him, and I was really shocked to look at his data tree and say, Wyndham Clark, what are you doing to me? Are you making me really consider betting you in the outright market? If we remember correctly, Wyndham Clark back at TPC Sawgrass was in millimeters away from sending it to a playoff against Scotty Scheffler, and then after that, it felt like the wheels came off. Well, his game slowly turned around. If you look at the Travelers, he finished T9. Then at the Scottish Open, T10. Yes, he missed the cut at the Open Championship, but we talked about how difficult that is. We kind of strike that from the record. And then at La Nacional, he was getting made fun of for his opening round, saying we could have sent anybody else. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying what the Twitterverse, the Xverse was saying.
Yeah.
He bounced back with 3 straight sub 68 rounds. And now he goes to a course that is eerily similar to the courses where he's had success, like TPC Sawgrass, PGA National. I think he's very live to actually win this event if he continued the hot play.
I was among those voices saying, why did we send Wyndham Clark? We should have sent our best. We should have sent Tony Finau. Anybody. But you're right. I mean, things are turning around, and it's better to be early than to be late. And I think that's what we're trying to do here is be a little bit early on Wyndham Clark's turnaround after some really poor play.
Yes. You for your low price guy, I've started to kind of see a trend, right? You have these guys who play in SEC country who are extreme value because if they can hit fairways, they can hit greens, and then their putter can get hot. Go ahead and tell me a little about Brendan Todd.
we're gonna get ugly with Brendan Todd here. 6,100. Only 3 golfers in this field on DraftKings are priced lower than Brendan Todd. So you can really save a bunch of salary here if you go with Todd. So what we have here is another accurate driver. I know you'll be shocked to hear this. 5th best as far as hitting the fairways goes in this tournament. He hits the fairway at 73% clip, tied for 12th last week at the Wyndham. He's made the cut in 6 of his past 7 events, and he's top 12 in this field among almost in almost every putting metric. He's a good putter. These greens are, like I said, not difficult. I think if he gets hot on the greens and if he continues to put the ball in the fairway, I think that could be excellent. I wanted to quickly shout out the rough data that I mentioned earlier. Great data. That was from Ron Kloss at Betspert Golf. So check that out. Lots of good stuff from Ron.
Yeah, that dude is phenomenal. Before we let everyone go, I want to let them know that the FedEx Cup playoffs tee off in Memphis this week as the top 70 on the PGA Tour look to make the cut to next week. Catch the FedEx St. Jude Championship Thursday through Sunday on NBC, Golf Channel, and Peacock. Denny, I was told that I don't pat myself on the back enough, don't talk about the success that I've been having. So I will have to say this one last time before I let everyone go. Aaron Rye was outright number 9 on the season, and we still have more that we absolutely want to tackle.
Wow. Number 9. You know what? I will pat you on virtually. I'll pat you on the back. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, man. Well, let's have a great week. And everyone who tuned in, make sure you check out NBCSports.com for more help with your wagers. For Denny Carter, I'm Brad Thomas. Take care.